Look at it.
It's blocking the door.
It's got no eyes, only sockets. How can it see us?
Hold on. I don't know how it can see us, but it can. Or it senses us anyway.
Look, with its head cocked like that, it's as if it's listening to us.
It's sizing us up. It won't have seen anything like us before.
Those teeth, there must be hundreds of them.
Yes, it's a Saurischian theropod.
Sorry?
A lizard-hipped carnivore moving on its hind legs.
Obviously.
Which means it's probably fast. And probably quite hungry.
It's no good.
We must do it! Come on, quickly!
Oh, there's one in front.
We have to get away!
We killed it.
We didn't have any choice.
You speak with such certainty.
I only know...
Gabrick said you communed with Sedna, the sea spirit.
No, it's more complicated than that.
Speak to her again, Nissa. You can see into the past. Search out truths. Reach out to her now. Appease her.
I can't! All we can do is get this bone tested, find out all we can from it, and get back to the doctor before it's too late.
So what do we do?
Try and crawl through the hole it's made to the other room, slowly as you can, then double back and open the door.
Oh God, I think I'm going to be sick.
That noise.
No, Gabrick, get back!
Raven, father!
We've got to get that thing off him!
Monica, get back!
But we can't!
Look!
Oh my God!
The energy field that thing gives off. It's strong enough now to peel flesh from the bone at close range.
But how? Why?
So it can eat faster. It's developed a more efficient way of removing meat than simply chewing.
And yet the way that it tore at his clothes before...
Fussy eater? I don't know. Now quickly, up the stairs before it decides it's still hungry. Come on. Go!
This is it.
Quickly, we must get inside. Where are the lights?
Here, everything's run from a generator below us.
Oh, I'd hoped for more to work with than this equipment. Quite primitive, but I should be able to get some results.
Primitive? This technology's state of the art. For all the good technology can do us now.
The spiritual and the rational, Tulung, remember? Each must lead the other. I'd better get to work.
What's it waiting down there for? Why doesn't it come after us?
Looks a little unsteady on its feet, doesn't it? A spot of indigestion at its first human, perhaps.
Don't use words like first.
And there it goes. This must be a very unsettling world to find itself in.
Oh, poor little thing.
You must find Brett. See how he is. We should all stay together.
So we can present a 3-course banquet to it. Perhaps we should all just take our clothes off while we're at it. Save it a job.
I don't think that'll be necessary. We're not ready to become a dinosaur dinner just yet, are we?
Neither was poor Gabrick, and look at him. Well, look what happened to him.
Just fetch Brett, would you?
All right.
Now, come on, Doctor. Think.
Tell me more truths, Nissa. What really happened to my father?
I don't know, Tulung, I swear. I can only tell you what I saw. Goodness.
What is it?
The doctor told me that the dinosaurs died out 65 million years ago.
So?
I estimate this fragment to be over 260 million years old.
And yet that thing is still alive?
We have to find out how that can be.
With this primitive equipment?
With a small amount of iron bonding, I may be able to enhance it.
Brett, wake up. You have to wake up.
Why? Why should I?
Because we're in trouble, and because I think the doctor's the only person who might be able to get us out of it.
Everything in the sea room. All that cold, slippery life. Like the past. Like everything I've known. All ruined. Changed. Dead.
There's no time for this.
Can't you feel it? Ancient death. Stalking us like animals. Can't you feel it?
Yes, I can feel it. I've bloody well seen it. It killed Gaborik, ate him alive. Now, are you coming?
Dead? Gaborik's dead?
I think I can hear something outside.
Oh no. Chulang.
Shh! There's something out there I'm telling you.
We must phone the doctor.
Well, how can he help us?
I need to tell him what I've discovered.
Nissa. Which does lead me into the lion's den, rather. If this is a wrong number, I shall not be happy.
That must be the doctor's friend. Get off me!
Something else. Something else stirring down there. Nissa?
Doctor?
Are you all right? You're safe? Chulang's not sick.
No, we're both fine. For now. We ran into more of those hybrid creatures, and now Chulang thinks he can hear something outside.
For the last time, Brett, let me go. Oh, sweet Jesus, not again.
Oh, no. The stone room again.
Doctor? Are you there?
Yes, Nissa, quickly. What have you found?
It's ancient. I estimate those rock samples to be 260 million years old.
What? That's 30 million years before the first dinosaur. About the time of... Yes, that might fit. Go on.
You were right. It carries a bioelectric field inside itself. Quite a powerful one from the residue left in this sample. That must be how it's able to move.
Yes, go on. Anything else?
I think the energy field must be generated by the creature's brain. I can't say whether it would do so intentionally or otherwise.
Its visual appearance is terrifying enough, but if it developed the ability to affect its prey mentally... Yes, an evolutionary breakthrough. Oh dear.
What is it?
The skeletal creature, it's broken free and we can't stop it.
What?
And now it's moving towards me.
What? How close is it?
12 meters or so, but it's changed. It looks bigger than before.
Bigger? Doctor, you must get out of
And the
there.
skeleton looks different. It's moving more upright. The tail is less pronounced.
Has it seen you?
Oh, yes.
Well, how fast is it?
Very.
Doctor, you have to get out.
Nissa, are you there? What's happened? Nissa! Ah. Dinner time so soon. Oh dear.
What is it?
The skeletal creature, it's broken free and we can't stop it.
What?
And now it's moving towards me.
What? How close is it?
12 meters or so, but it's changed. It looks bigger than before.
Bigger? Doctor, you must get out of
And the
there.
skeleton looks different. It's moving more upright. The tail is less pronounced.
Has it seen you?
Oh, yes.
Well, how fast is it?
Very.
Doctor, you have to get out.
Nissa, are you there? What's happened? Nissa! Ah. Dinner time so soon.
Doctor! Doctor! Wait. What's wrong with it?
I'm not sure. Seems to be disorientated.
Thank God. Come on, get up here. Not got much stamina, has it?
I wonder. Of course. The materials.
Sorry?
Downstairs, each room's been made from pure materials, often primary resources, correct?
Yes.
Materials from that thing's original time. They've sustained it like a natural incubator, keeping it safe and well protected, nourishing it. Earth, sandstone, ice, seawater.
Even the hallways is lined with shocked quartz.
It's been bolstered by the resonances of all those things in proximity, and yet away from there. Upstairs, this charming carpet, the varnish on the banisters.
Synthetic
A
materials.
shock to its system, something it can't understand, like presenting a caveman with a modern alarm clock.
So is it dead?
Stunned, I imagine, but perhaps we can get close enough for a more detailed study.
What? It's made of bones and it's horrible. What more do you need to know? Hang on, it's got bigger, hasn't it?
Yes. The entire curvature of the spine's changed, too, and the femurs have elongated slightly.
You mean it's growing?
I think it's processed the genetic information from Gabrick and used the energy from his body to enhance itself.
That is just disgusting. You mean if it ate any more of us?
It could gain more human characteristics, perhaps even intelligence. It seems it really is what it eats.
But how can something as primitive as that know anything about genetics?
Oh, it doesn't. But then you don't have to understand exactly how you breathe in and out to be able to just get on with it, do you?
If I stay alive long enough, I promise I'll learn.
Where's Brett? You were going to fetch him, weren't you?
He's gone weird, turned a bit nasty on me. Oh, God, Doctor, what about that crash earlier?
Yes. It seems our friend here may soon have some company.
Then we've got to get away.
And risk these things getting out? No. Anyway, Nissa and Tulung have taken the transport.
Was that them on the phone?
Yes, but we were cut off. I do hope they're all right.
Doctor? Doctor! Chulang, the phone's dead.
They found us again. They must have done it.
How would they know to cut a phone line? Get away from there, Chulang!
No, the animals have turned on us.
Come here! You've got the sickness.
Too many beliefs have been broken. We have to give ourselves to the cold now.
Your mind is being affected by some form of energy. It will pass more quickly if you can fight against it.
Become as cold and killed as the sea animals.
Energy. Of course. The generator, the energy's confusing them, attracting them. No! Get out of my way!
I wonder how our friend's getting on in there.
As long as it isn't getting out.
Shall we risk a look?
No.
Good. Here we go, then. Do not disturb.
To think they were hiding in the rock all that time we were handling it.
Quite possibly you helped to revive them. Perhaps by bringing the dormant bodies closer together.
Could there be more of them?
I hope not.
Those walls are going to be seriously ruined.
Chulang, help me, please. We've got to switch off the generator. Chulang! Oh, my leg!
The animals are behind us now. Heaven is distant. This is a dead land. How to leave them?
If I could just... Chulang, are you all right? I can't see you.
Nessa? You made them go away?
I don't think so. But at least they've calmed down. I think the creatures back at the house have done this to them. All I can imagine is that they've made them more sensitive to any sources of energy.
They're still outside.
We have to get back to the doctor. I'm dreadfully worried about him.
No. We must hide here in the dark, where they can't see us.
That won't work. I said they're sensitive to any energy sources. That includes us.
They mustn't get me. Not now that I am so near the truth.
Chulang, we only have to reach your vehicle and drive to the house and you'll be safe. The doctor will know what to do.
You stop them screaming. You'll keep me safe.
I'll do all I can. Now carefully, quietly, we must go.
Right then. Quickly, to business.
What do we do about Sleeping Beauty there?
Polyester. Plastics.
What?
Nylon. Viscose.
Nice bit of traylon.
Anything synthetic. We must try to wrap up that creature in whatever we can find.
What a lovely present it'll make.
I'll feel happier when it's a past.
Doctor, look, it's Brett.
Be very careful, Mr. Brett. That thing could wake up at any moment.
Let me see it. No, don't let me be right.
Get over here, you idiot.
We must hurry. It's recovering, Brett. You must help us. We need to wrap it.
Leave me alone!
Brett, no, you mustn't go outside.
He's lost it, Doctor. Come on.
Brett! The fool. We must go after him.
Let's try to get that thing under control first, shall we? Those throws in the drawing room would be a good start.
Quickly, off you go. Before it grows too strong for anything to contain it.
Almost there. You can do it, Chulung. Shh. Now, quietly. We'll both get in this side. You first.
We did it.
Quickly, Chulung.
Oh, not again. Not again!
What?
There, on the bonnet. A storm petrel.
It's just a bird. Get us away from here.
Petrel. You brought it down to us, didn't you? To bring us luck.
No, Chulung.
That you must have. A storm petrel would never fly down into danger.
I'm sure lots of the animal life in this area is being affected by whatever's back at the house. It doesn't have to mean anything.
Oh, like your vision of the plane? Of Brett's father fleeing the dig like a coward? Say what you wish, but I know you to be my Tonak.
You what?
My guardian spirit. You know truths. Keep the animals at bay. Keep me safe.
Oh, Chulung. Just hope that I can get us back to the house.
What kept you?
My room's the far side of the annex. Anyway, you should try lugging this lot around. All man-made. Lucky for you, cotton makes me itch.
I found some dust sheets through there, and this.
Oh, I love that rug. Feel it. Go on. Lovely.
Yes, well, I'm sure our friend will feel very cozy in it. Come on, help me. Take this end.
I'm not getting too close.
Here we go, then. Quickly, help me with this.
Gotta get out!
We must smother it before it... Oh.
The heat!
It's no good. The creature's too powerful. Run, quickly!
It's hurt.
We must follow it.
Have you got a death wish or something?
It can't be allowed to escape the house.
Right, and just how are you planning to stop it?
There it goes, with its tail between its legs, so to speak. Of course, the serum, full of its friends.
Doctor?
Oh, Monica.
Sorry. I just figured being petrified was better in company. It's so strong.
And that's when it's weakened.
What does it want from there?
Sanctuary, I'd have thought. Perhaps it originated in the sea. There has to be a reason why it's affected the animals in there so strongly.
What will it do when it's through?
Feed.
Right. I'm really going to be sick this time.
We must block that gap. Hold it inside.
My workbench is in the bone room. Paint tins, too. Oh, and there's some chairs in storage under the stairs. We could maybe jam the door shut with them.
Yes, anything like that. Anything at all. We need time.
I think Brett had the right idea. What about when the other one breaks out of the stone room?
First things first, Monica.
Oh, I'm so glad there's an order to our crisis.
If only.
Years of hard work, wrecked in minutes by a hyperactive bag of bones. Please don't get out of there. Brett, is that you? Brett? Too long, Nissa, thank God.
What's been happening here? Where's the doctor?
Down the corridor, everything's been happening here.
What's that? I thought the bone animal had escaped.
It has, that's its friend.
There's another one?
At least. What happened to you two? The doctor said the phone went dead on him.
The monsters attacked us. Nissa saved us.
You did?
It wasn't like that, really. He's still weak from the same sickness I had.
Him and Brett both, then.
Is Brett with a doctor? I must speak with him.
No. Come on, help me with these chairs. The doctor's filling in a hole in the sea room door. He might as well fill you in on what's been happening at the same time.
Might as well give you a bit of a challenge.
Look who I found.
Nissa,
They're just good friends. Come on, Tulung, help me pile these up.
you're unharmed.
Just about.
Did you discover anything else?
There wasn't time. The sea hybrids attacked us, but we got away.
Well, the ones in there won't be bothering anyone anymore.
The creatures in there?
Yes, and by the sound of things, it devoured them all. A familiar kill. Now I think it must be resting.
You must tell me what's been happening.
In a moment. Monica, you and Tulung keep strengthening that barricade. Nissa and I will start blocking the stone room.
And the earth room. It can climb through the wall, remember? We're not going to be able to stop them getting out, are we?
Nissa.
We could telephone for help.
No one could reach us out here before it's way too late.
Always assuming anyone actually believed what we had to tell them, of course.
Maybe we should drive to Anchorage and get help. Better yet, just keep driving until there's 49 states and Canada between us and this place.
Those monsters are out there. They stopped us, nearly killed us.
This house must be isolated. We can't leave it before we've made it as secure as we can.
We cannot prevent the spirits from leaving if that is their wish.
They're not spirits, Tulung. They're animals, as real as you and I.
No, the stories from the distant time, they're true. Coming true again. Said in the spirit.
It's possible that the creature's energy levels were strong enough to affect the racial unconsciousness of the peoples that first came here, even 25,000 years ago. Perhaps the stories were attempts to interpret those feelings.
No, Gabrick was right. Ask him. He will tell you.
Where is Gabrick?
Oh,
Gabrick's dead.
Dead.
I'm afraid so.
That creature in there.
Where's Brett?
he wasn't well. He went outside. We couldn't stop him.
We should find him. He could be hurt.
And we need his help here.
Gabrick was right. He did not treat the dead with respect, and the dead arose to claim him.
Tulung, no.
No, it's true. I must find Brett before he's taken too. I have to confront him with the truth you saw, Nissa.
Tulung, Brett's not well, and neither are you. You should rest.
There can be no rest for us now. Brett has brought this upon us.
Tulung!
The truth you told him?
I told him about the plane we saw.
The one carrying Brett's father away from here.
I thought it would help him deal with things.
Oh, Nissa.
Why wouldn't he listen to me?
He's not thinking straight, terrified out of his wits.
Perhaps we should start a club.
And the energy field of that creature in there won't be helping either. It'll only aggravate his fears.
And now we're 2 men down.
We'll have to work all the harder then, won't we?
If these things want to get out, can't we just let them? There's thousands of miles of ice out there. Leave them to it.
And risk them being able to breed again, forming a colony? Can you imagine thousands of those creatures attacking mankind?
All right. How am I ever going to be able to sleep now?
The nightmares.
The bedclothes, they're ruined. Look at them piled up against the door like draft excluders.
Come on, Nissa. I'll bring you up to date as we go. We'd better get started. Not long after you left, we realized the creature was actually tunneling out of the stone room and into the earth room next door.
Brett.
You surprised me, little Tulung. I wasn't expecting you to come back.
God, it's so cold. What are you trying to prove out here alone? You're crazy.
Gabrick is dead.
I know. And it's down to you. All of this is down to you.
You should approve.
What?
This fire.
It's to ward away the creatures.
Oh, shame on you. There's food here also. For Gabrick. I know the customs of his people.
Of our people. I was a fool to ever try to distance myself from them.
When people die, their spirits linger at first. They don't want to go away, don't understand what's happened to them. So, we burn their favorite food, so that the smell will make them feel less lonely.
The spirits stay away, but only because they respect your fire. If you're still here when it dies, you'll die too.
Die? I know the stories of these lands. I've heard each one a dozen times. My father collected them from native guides. They quite entranced him. Oh, I love to hear him speak as much as I love to see the look on his face as he shared the stories with me.
My father told me stories too. But he was never able to tell me of your father's cowardice, of how he left everyone to die.
I remember a story now. How the Raven Father began the world long, long ago by making men who'd live forever. They were happy, Content with their lives, they knew nothing else. Then the Raven Father grew bored. Why make it so easy for man, he thought. Nothing ever happens, he stays exactly the same. So, he determined to make things harder, to make men who would die, and who would never be alive again. Imagine the fear those first mortal men must have felt. Imagine the pain, the confusion of their family, their friends as they simply ceased to be. Imagine learning of death so suddenly without warning. And when my father died, I knew then exactly how the first mortal men had felt. Killed by a bored god, a god whose time was running out as progress tore him down from his heaven, who gave up to the world a new way to kill, dredged up from the depths of ad levum. Only my father held it at bay.
What are you saying, Brett?
Don't you see? Your Raven Father knew I'd beaten him. He watched me steal his land, wrestle it away, capture his kingdom, humiliate it under a man-made roof behind doors.
I should never have helped you in this. Now we're all gonna die.
But that special death never took my father, as it did yours, little Tulang. It was the memory of it. The guilt, the fear.
The knowledge of his betrayal.
And now it wants to take me, like it tried to take him. And so, this special death crawls out of the ancient mud and the rock of Ad Levum to make the land its own again.
The girl, Nissa. She told me she saw your father's plane leaving the dig, leaving everyone behind.
You still don't understand, do you?
And you do?
I do now. Come with me.
Where?
To the place that binds us. That pit of mud and old bones. To the dig.
Doctor?
Yes.
Why has nothing like these creatures been uncovered before?
The first dinosaur fossils were only discovered 200 years ago. Scientists are digging up new breeds all the time, but nothing they found could prepare them for this.
You said these creatures lived before the dinosaurs.
Yes. You know, it's interesting. The accident that wiped out the dinosaurs, along with 2/3 of life on Earth, is quite widely known.
No one knows it better than we do.
And yet no one seems so interested in the mass extinction that took place on Earth 185 million years earlier. The cataclysm that marks the end of the Permian era and which caused 96% of life here to perish.
You think these creatures were responsible?
It's feasible. Imagine if a creature evolved so that it devoured and processed energy so fiercely, it eventually consumed even its own flesh.
And adapted accordingly?
Yes. A living thing of intelligent bone and cartilage capable of generating an energy field to animate itself. Over the millennia, that energy grew stronger. The Permian learned how to influence the mind of its prey.
Labeling those creatures doesn't make it any less terrifying. What name would you give to those poor hybrid creatures that attacked us?
We know the Permians have the power to assimilate and incorporate the genetic structure of their victims into their own bodies for their own advantage.
It was Gabric's DNA that enabled the Permian to grow larger?
And to adapt to its conditions here better, yes. Perhaps it originated from the sea. Ancient ancestors of the fur seals, the walruses, they must have been the Permian's regular victims. And some kind of empathic link still remains between the species. When the Permians began to revive, the energy field that unscrambles their prey's genetic makeup wasn't focused.
So that could have caused the cell hybridization we witnessed.
In the vicinity of this house, yes.
All that pain and hatred I felt in the sea room. The poor things.
I'm guessing, of course, but it does seem to fit the facts.
I've done the best I can. Have I missed you handing out the explanations, Doctor?
Yes, but you're not too late to help us block up the door to the Earth from here. It won't take our latest Permian long to clamber through that hole in the wall.
Permian?
It's almost free. We haven't much time.
We'll take the Range Rover.
You never said you'd found a way into the dig. I thought it was sealed forever. God damn you. You never told me.
Gabrick arranged for its reopening in secrecy soon after I hired him. He ensured nobody found out.
All will come out in time, eh, Gabrick? Just as you said.
It didn't make sense. None of it made sense. Until now.
Those monsters are still out there.
It doesn't matter. I have to know I'm right.
Nissa. She'll protect me. Keep us safe. She knows things.
You really believe that?
I know it.
Then we'll have to take her with us.
No. She won't just leave the doctor.
Then we'll have to make her.
You said these Permian things were carnivores?
Yes.
So might they try to eat each other? Dinosaurs always do in the movies.
I imagine they would have to feed on each other periodically to keep their genetic structure from altering too far.
That could solve all our problems.
They could well have been territorial, Monica, hunted in packs.
Bugger.
And of course, they've never tasted something as relatively sophisticated as a human before.
They could learn from it?
It's a possibility.
Perhaps I should just sacrifice myself now then. If they genetically absorb my diet, they'll turn vegetarian and our troubles will be over.
That's very noble of you, and if they inherit your tea-making skills into the bargain, well...
No sense of humour, have they?
Our friend in the sea room.
I'll check the barricades holding while I'm there.
Be careful.
When we piled up the last paint tin, then can we go?
We'd have done all we can here, yes, then we need to get help. I'm not entirely without influence in this time period. Perhaps if we get to Anchorage...
Whoa,
we can
hold
convince-
on. What do you mean in this time period?
Sorry. As you said earlier, you missed me handing out the explanations.
Got you.
Hello, Nissa.
Oh, it's you.
Yes, it's us.
Are you recovered?
There is much to be recovered, Nissa.
Please, Nissa, come with us.
Where? Chulan, what's wrong?
But you know all the answers, don't you, Nissa?
Get out of my way, please.
We won't be safe without you, Nissa.
The doctor will be taking us all away to get help soon.
No, my dear. Little Chulong and I have other business to settle, and he really won't travel without his guardian spirit.
Stay away from me.
What was that?
Come on. Nissa,
Back, Doctor.
what is this?
We asked her so nicely, Doctor, but she simply wouldn't listen.
Doctor!
What is it you want?
From you, Doctor? Nothing.
He's taking the car.
No, that's our only chance to get away from here.
My dear Monica, do be reasonable. I think I'm allowed to take my own vehicle where I choose.
We're going to the dig.
Why take Nissa? She's done you no harm.
And no harm will come to us whilst we remain with her.
Oh, Chulung.
They're raving mad.
Brett, listen to me. There's no need for this. We can all go.
Stay away from me, Doctor. Take another step and I'll break your little friend's neck.
Doctor!
I warn you, Brett. Harm her and I'll...
Doctor! What was that?
We must leave.
Goodbye, Doctor. Monica, please don't try to follow us.
Nissa, don't struggle. Do as he says. We'll find you.
Doctor!
Is there another vehicle, Monica? Anything at all?
Doctor, listen! It's the sea room.
Come on.
What's happening in there?
I'm a fool. I should have realized. The Permians can harness the ancient energy of their own world.
The materials in the sea room.
The seawater, the tidal forces, it's a natural power plant, and that creature can harness it to get free.
500,000 gallons of Arctic seawater.
The barricade's giving way! Quickly!
Another one's going to get out! It's no good!
I'm a fool. I should have realized. The Permians can harness the ancient energy of their own world.
The materials in the sea room.
The seawater, the tidal forces, it's a natural power plant, and that creature can harness it to get free.
500,000 gallons of Arctic seawater.
The barricade's giving way! Quickly!
Another one's going to get out! It's no good!
If we can reach the stairs!
You have to go back.
Do I? And why is that?
We need to warn the world what's been discovered here.
Many things have been discovered, Nissa. Many things brought to the surface.
It is time to face them.
Chulan, I can't believe you're letting him do this.
You have to come with me, Nissa. You know the spirit. You'll keep me safe.
That's nonsense. You can't.
You'll keep me safe.
Why should I? You're angering me, Chulung. Don't force me to. I'll make the spirits...
I wouldn't try to threaten us like that, my dear. You're really not very good at it.
Chulung, you're running away. You're leaving the Doctor and Monica to die, just as Brett's father abandoned yours.
Enough!
Brett, maybe she's...
Oh, my little Chulung, you're not running away. No more than you've been running for years, chasing after your father. Just think! When you've seen my surprise, you'll finally be able to stop running at last.
I'm sorry, Nissa. I have to see this through. He's right.
Is he? When those Permian creatures break free, you'll never be able to stop running.
Early bath.
It's freezing. Doctor, are you... Oh, my God.
What?
Permians everywhere. Look, they're all around us in the water. They're...
Monica, it's all right. Look, it's just animal bones. The water must have washed those carcasses out from the bone room.
Oh. God, how embarrassing. So much for the barricades. My mountain of paint tins didn't stay standing long.
The force of water under that pressure. But where's...
Get back!
Now then, by the look of you, you must be the second one. Not quite so fast on your feet, still adapting. Dazed by the water? Monica, that paint, I need it quickly.
Paint? No, why not?
No. Right, here we go.
What on earth do you think you're doing?
Throw that one over this.
I did tell you how much that paint cost, didn't I?
Come on, it must be covered completely.
Why? So it looks prettier while it's chasing us to our deaths? Oh, no, of course, silly me. Synthetic materials again.
This stuff will actually coat the creature's body. Should make it weaker, force it to waste energy as it tries to burn it off. There we are now.
This has been quite a night, hasn't it? I mean, just look at me. I'm soaking wet. I'm freezing.
Oh, I know, but look on the bright side.
Bright side?
You're a less garish shade of blue than our painted Permian is.
Are you trying to cajole me out of my petulant moaning with weak humour?
Yes. Yes, I expect I probably am.
Thought so. Look, it's fine. I'm afraid I always get a bit petulant and ratty in a crisis. Doesn't help, I know. There's your friend to think about.
Yes. Just what are Brett and Tulang up to?
It's the Permians, isn't it, affecting their minds?
The human brain should be advanced enough for them to shake off the influence as Nissa did. But if the individual is disturbed anyway... Brett was only young when his father died, wasn't he?
Little more than a kid. You've seen what he's like. He's never got over it.
Indeed. Think about it. He leads a pretty solitary life, keeps his emotions well hidden, and wants to keep those closest to him under his control.
A driven man?
I'd say it's more likely symptoms of some kind of post-traumatic stress disorder. Add the Permian influence into that mix.
Terrific.
Do you know the way to this dig they mentioned?
Not really. And especially not at night. Not on foot.
Oh, Nissa. We have to leave here.
Hallelujah.
There's no way of containing the Permians now. They've demonstrated their power. They're just too strong.
So we let them roam free?
I don't see another way. We have to find Nissa. I've got the tracker. It'll help us find the Permians out on the ice later, when we've got reinforcements. Where's the nearest settlement from here?
Panmansville, a few miles away. You think the creatures will head for there?
Like any carnivore. If they're hungry, they'll head straight for food. We just have to hope we can get help before they get too far.
On the subject of which, why hasn't our friend in the sea room come looking?
I don't know. We better see.
Me and my big mouth.
Where's the entrance?
Hidden. Move those rocks out of the way. I'll hold the girl.
Clever. You never know anyone who'd disturb this place.
Naturally. I'd hate to undo all your sterling work with the natives by being seen to trespass on these badlands. It's a wonderful view here in the chilly daylight, Nissa. The Koyukuk running its relentless course. The chunks of ice battering at the banks as they are dutifully carried out to sea by the churning water. A truly inspiring sight.
I'm sure.
What a shame we can only hear the river tonight in the darkness. just as you will only hear the creatures its cold waters attract as they shuffle nearer and nearer. Creatures answering to you, if Chulang is to be believed.
He's not well. His mind's been affected. Your mind is being affected.
If only I could trust you to help him move the rocks and uncover the opening. You're his guardian spirit. You should be ministering to him. Shouldn't you?
Leave me alone.
Is that truly your wish, my dear?
We can get through now.
Then assuredly I shall. Chulang, there's some rope in the back of the car. Fetch it for me.
Why?
So we can be sure your pretty Turnak here will do what we brought her along for.
What are you going to do?
What a very becoming guard dog you'll make, Nissa, tied up out here.
No!
Oh, yes.
Chulang! Chulang, please!
It won't be for long, Nissa. I'll come back for you, but I have to do this. I have to be strong.
I can help you, but you must let me go first. You're not well.
Keep the creatures away, Nissa.
Chulang, the rational and the spiritual Chulang. Only you can choose, only you.
Take care, my dear. Do scream nice and loudly if you feel that something's creeping closer and closer. Won't you?
There's no sign of it.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all over the house nothing was stirring, not even...
A moose? Sorry.
A mess would perhaps be more accurate.
You're telling me? Look at it. So much for preserving Alaska's unspoilt coastline.
A rather gloomy mess at that.
I can't hear anything moving, though. Can you?
No, but I suppose the Permian may be hurt, lying here somewhere. Do we have to wait until dawn for some light in here?
There's an override switch.
Where?
Along this wall. About 20 feet into that nice patch of pitch blackness there.
Stay here.
Oh, must I? All right.
There. I hate being left in the dark.
Oh, my God. Look at that.
So that's why there's no sign of our creature.
The rock face, the entire far wall, just fallen away.
I imagine it held enough hollows and passages to be badly weakened when you built into it. The tsunami our Permian friend whipped up was enough to finish it off.
But if the Permian's gone through that hole and not come out again...
It does rather suggest a passageway of some kind, doesn't it? But leading where?
Oh no, not again!
It's recovering. Coming this way. We'll have to take that passageway ourselves.
What, and risk running into the other one?
There's no other way. Come on.
Wait. I placed some lights here.
Raven Father.
Drink in the devastation, my little Chulang. Eh? Take a long, long look. Like me. I imagine you've been here in your dreams so many times.
Why did you never tell me you'd been here?
I'd planned to do more than simply tell you.
What?
Quiet now. What's wrong with you? Give the moment its due reverence. This cold, dank air was the last your father tasted. Lying there, in this frozen mud, as that levum formed its frothing walls of blood and salt water about him.
Brett. Brett, these bones littering the floor. They're like...
The creatures? It's so obvious now, isn't it? The same spirits that have come crawling up from the dead land to finally make us see what really happened. I couldn't make sense of it until I saw them tonight.
Those things killed my father?
Yes. But my father was too fast for them. He must have sealed off the dig deliberately. I see it now.
He left his party to die. Men and women he was responsible for. He left my father to die.
He had to, you fool! He had to! He had to trap the spirits underground in their own lair. Keep the land of the dead away from the living. He was the leader. And so he took the initiative, took strong, decisive action. And nobody ever believed him.
He ran. The dig fell in as the creatures ran amok down here. It must have been that. An act of God isn't strong, decisive action.
God, little Chulang. God has no dominion over this this land of the dead.
Yeah, and neither do your warped imaginings.
I offer you the truth at long last, and all you can...
Truth? No, the inquest showed the dig fell, and you know that. The few bodies they managed to recover were crushed by the fall. The others were swept away into the sea. They were never found.
Look around you, Chulang! Look more closely at those bones. Go on! Look.
Come on. Oh, this stupid rope. Come on.
Wish we'd brought a torch.
Keep hold of my hand.
A huge, enormous gun would have been quite useful too.
Don't be too sure. That's a pretty formidable energy field the Permians generate. Projectile weapons may do them no harm at all.
Comforting. Thanks for that.
You're welcome. It's still coming after us.
Of course it is. Wouldn't be a proper nightmare otherwise, would it?
Watch out. The passage narrows here.
Permians to the left of them, Permians to the right of
And
them.
try to keep quiet.
Okay, sorry. Can I just say my shoes are entirely ruined, by the way?
Evidently you can. Can't hear anything up ahead yet.
Oh God, the water's getting deeper, isn't it? You know, I reckon that in a crisis, once I'm past my petulant stage, I start wittering on about anything. I think I find it comforting.
And after the wittering stage?
I've never been in a big enough crisis to find out.
Well, there's something to look forward to.
These bones. The human remains.
At last you understand.
But the inquest.
Faked. It must have been. How could my father have let anyone know what really happened here? What special death lay here, buried with our own? He sealed it off. Left it all in the darkness here for 30 years.
How could he have faked it?
With money. With money, Chulang. You think it takes much to buy the silence of a few?
I don't mean that. I mean, how could he? All those years. I always knew your father to be a liar.
Your words mean nothing to me. When I came here, when I realized the skeletons in my father's closet were white and shiny and real, then I realized I had to have my bone room. A showcase. A shrine. I'm not ashamed of the past now. These bones are a glory, an asset. They must be displayed, exhibited, celebrated.
Are you sick? Twisted? Wait. This finger. A ring. My mother had one. Identical. And this pack. His initials. It must belong to my father.
Well.
You put my father's bones on display like they were trinkets. Oh, you filthy!
Come on! Chulang! Brett! They're coming!
We must have walked for miles. What's that noise up ahead?
I'm not sure. But I think we're going to have to find out.
That's Nissa. Brett, the animals must be coming for us.
You're lying in the same muck that washed him with those creatures, Chulang. All those millions of years ago, sleeping in this very rock. Listen. Now they come for me, even as they came for my father. They come for men of destiny.
Not quite yet, I'm afraid.
Doctor.
Man of destiny, you sound like a pillock.
Chulang, are you all right?
Doctor, it's Nissa.
Where is she?
The cavern mouth up there.
How did you get there?
A shortcut, it would appear, but I'm afraid we've brought company. Now we have to work together. Whatever your differences, you must put them aside.
Never. Not after this.
We're all getting out of here. There's no time to lose.
The hybrids! They're almost here!
Just as before.
Monica, up there, quickly, get Nissa.
Right.
Chulan, back away with me. Very, very slowly.
There.
Nissa? Nissa?
I'm here!
Thank God you...
Look out!
Thanks. You know, I had hoped I'd get away without seeing one of those things.
It's the Permians. They draw these poor creatures to them.
I'm not sure what's so poor about them. Horrible great things.
The hybrids are sent mad by the process. They don't understand what's happened. They can only lash out blindly at the world that's left them like this.
Sound like anyone you know?
Brett.
But you fought it, got through it. Even Chulong seems to be more his old self now.
I don't think Brett has tried to fight it. Perhaps he's tired of trying to reason life out. Perhaps his world makes more sense this way.
What a world.
We'd better go.
Doctor, what are you doing?
Becoming ever more desperate. Ah,
How can the creature's dead bones help us?
let's find out. Spin bowl, I think. Quick, Chulan, help me find any others.
I must stop it. Don't you see?
Then help us. Find any Permian remains you can and throw them as hard as you can. If it thinks it's under attack from one of its own, it might buy us some time.
Time to do what?
Well, time to think of another way of buying time, if nothing else. Ah, Nissa, Monica.
Doctor, there must be over 20 of the hybrids coming this way.
So many. How can the Permians be attracted?
There, look at them all!
Great.
5, 6.
They must have been freed when the rock face collapsed.
We must have stirred them up with the bones, Doctor. They're attacking each other.
No, look. The first one, it's holding sway.
Older and wiser?
Because it consumed Gabbarick.
Must be. It's developed rudimentary reasoning already. Worked out that the pack is stronger if they don't fight among themselves.
But if its intelligence can increase so quickly as a result of exposure to just one human...
Imagine a colony of them decimating the population of an entire country. They could have space travel in a matter of months.
Doctor, if they feed on you as a Time Lord,
Yes, I know.
and with the TARDIS so nearby, what can we do?
Caught in the middle, there'll be a feeding frenzy.
Wait,
Chulong, where are you going?
my father's lying over here. What's left of him. I found his ring, his bag. I want them with me when...
Is there nothing we can do?
I'm open to suggestions.
What are they waiting for?
Is it a strategy?
Or perhaps their leader's simply teaching them the concept of savoring the moment.
Whatever, we're as good as dead.
Dead? Wait a minute.
Doctor?
Those Permian remains. They're not just dormant like the others were, they're dead. Broken. The energy field that animated them destroyed.
What killed them?
That's precisely what we need to know.
Brett?
I can stop them.
Brett, if it wasn't a rockfall, what sealed off the dig? What stopped these creatures getting out?
Doctor, have you noticed the walls? When we came down just now, I saw the rock was blackened.
Soot. That's it.
Hallelujah. Soot.
Not just the soot. Remember the scanner, Nissa? The plume of smoke we saw? This was an archaeological expedition. They must have had blasting explosives for controlled detonations.
And the explosives killed the Permians?
Fire. It's so simple, it's almost ridiculous. An ancient force to fight an ancient threat. A substance too volatile for them to harness its energy.
It'll destroy them.
Or entomb them again.
Wait, my father's pack. Yes, here.
God, it actually looks like dynamite too. How wonderfully retro.
Only one stick left.
My father killed them all.
No, Brett, you see? My father was carrying the explosives. He must have set them off. He took his own life to destroy these things. You see?
All that can wait. Quickly now.
Here they come!
Brett, your lighter.
No! Give me that! Oh, don't be a fool!
Chulang, Brett, stop! There isn't time for this.
Only I can kill them.
Brett! You can never be wrong, could you?
Are they all dead?
I can't see. The smoke.
No. It wasn't enough. Look, their leader's still alive.
That is so typical.
That one too.
Quickly. While they're distracted.
You mean while they're finishing off the first cooked meal they've ever tasted?
And the hybrids.
Oh God, you know I've threatened to be sick a few times.
There's nothing we can do. This way.
Poor Brett.
Yes, I know.
We all know. All of us saw how it happened. At least that's something.
We must get back to the house. If their leader has absorbed Brett too, it'll be more dangerous than ever.
Joy of joys. Oh, by the way, Doctor.
Yes?
I think that after my wittering phase, I go sort of calmer, but a bit more sarcastic. Just so you know, I'm really getting something out of all this.
I'm so pleased our time together hasn't been wasted. Now, move! Look out! Is everyone all right?
Yes. Nice to have the option of being crushed to death rather than being ripped into tiny pieces, though.
Doctor, if we can bring down some more of these rocks.
Good thinking, Chulang. It might slow them down. Help me. Nissa, Monica, keep going. It can't have been easy, facing up to all that back there.
Oh, my mind's felt so foggy for so long. But now,
Yes?
well, if I can live through all this, well, I can leave my evil spirits down here and I'd leave them. Like the past. They belong to the dead.
While we, Chulang, belong very much to the living. Come on. This won't hold them back for long. We must get back to the house.
And then what do we do?
Destroy it.
Doctor!
There's absolutely no time to lose.
There never is there?
We must wait until the Permians are inside, then burn this house to the ground.
Burn it?
Does deafness follow the sarcasm in a crisis?
Pardon?
Obviously.
You're going to wipe out these creatures?
Nature turned her back on the Permians 260 million years ago. Their time has passed. We cannot allow them free reign in a future that isn't theirs.
But it's all soaking wet in here. How can we survive?
Monica, your terribly expensive and exotic pink.
Right again, flammable.
And what are we waiting for?
Eureka.
Doctor, we've covered as much as we can along the corridor.
The timber room should go up a treat.
Excellent. See if you can find any good combustible materials from upstairs. We can't take any chances. This is our only hope. Chulang, help me here.
What are we gonna do?
I'm going to set a trap.
What will be your bait?
You're talking to him.
You're crazy.
It's not a risk I take lightly, Chulang. Now listen. The creatures must all be contained when we start the fire. We can't risk them turning round and escaping the same way they came.
So?
I'll lead them into the stone room. Then I'll climb through that hole in the wall to the earth room. The second they follow me through, you must light the blue touch paper. Woomph!
It goes up in flames.
With any luck, they should be trapped, unable to get back out through the fire.
But what about you?
Oh, I'll close the earth room door very firmly behind me and join you around here. We'll make sure the fire spreads and...
Perhaps call it a day?
why not?
More kindling. The rest of my wardrobe. Might as well torch the lot, eh?
A fresh start?
More of a frozen one, I guess. But, yeah. I want it all left behind.
Well, this isn't finished yet. Quickly, get back. They've got to follow me.
Doctor, you'll be killed.
Only lightly singed, I hope.
Do as he says, Nissa. Come on.
Ah, there you are. Oh dear. Mucky feet. And we only just painted that floor, too.
Be careful, Doctor.
So far, so good.
He wants them to follow him in there.
Now we end this.
Come on. Come on. Chulang, now!
I'll set light to the other rooms, hurry things along a bit.
All right. Doctor, are you safe?
Nissa, Chulang, help me! Have to hold on.
They understand doors.
We can't let them out. Wait.
That's done it. The whole place is going up.
Time we were going ourselves. Come on.
Dawn's breaking.
So it is.
So please, can I wake up now?
No more nightmares.
What? You call being stranded in the middle of freezing nowhere with nothing more than the soaking wet clothes I'm standing in, having just worked my bum off for 3 years for absolutely nothing, not a nightmare?
Ah, but just breathe in that clean northern air. When the smoke's blowing away from us, naturally. Doesn't it make you glad to be alive?
Glad to be... You're right. Typical. You always have to be right, don't you? Always.
Raise to the ground. It's all gone, Brett. All gone.
What will you do now, Chulang?
No. I don't know.
Move on?
Yeah, perhaps. Now more than ever, I feel the importance of the beliefs of my people. How they can be married to the rational. A mix, like the two bloods inside me that feed my veins. But I hope, I have learned which to let lead me on.
I'm glad.
Well, Nissa, time we were heading back to the TARDIS.
Safe to do so?
I imagine any remaining hybrids would find it hard to survive long without the energies of the Permians.
Poor creatures.
What is the TARDIS?
Our transport.
Any chance of a lift, then?
I can honestly say you'll find Brett's vehicle back at the dig a lot more reliable.
Nissa.
If we got the TARDIS working properly again, do you think it would stop landing us in danger all the time?
Oh, Nissa, I do hope not. Goodbye, Monica. Chula.
Bye, Doctor. Nessa.
You know, the settlers here often refer to Alaska as the last frontier.
Really, Doctor?
Fancy a walk then, Chulong, or are you enjoying the bonfire too much?
It's a long way back to the track, Miss Lewis.
Have to start somewhere, don't we? Call me Monica, for God's sake. You've known me long enough. Chilly, isn't it? You know, you can put your arm around me if you like.
Oh.
That's better.
And now, the welcome return of Sylvester McCoy in Doctor Who.
People these days are afraid to point the finger. After all, it might cause offense. But we know what the problems are, and we know who they are.
Oh, yeah. We know all about the monsters.
Stephen, the security patrol. They're on the way.
It's all right. Just waiting for a clear shot.
We've got about 2 minutes.
Plenty of time.
I wouldn't have the nerve to wait. I wouldn't even have the nerve to... Even though you can hear it, how can you pull the trigger?
Hey, something's got to be done.
Wait. Get ready. Now.
By our fears.
Oh, they got her off the stage.
Come on, let's go.
I'll catch you up. I can still just see her. I think that's her in the wings with... Oh, there you are. Came up here to meet me, huh? Well, you can't scare me. I know what you are. I know what you're up to. I know.
And we're back with another hour of the Mick Thompson Show, home of the real story. All the little things the uni-loonies and greasy PC freaks don't want you to hear. And now it's time for our latest round of official denials, folks. Yep, the officials have spoken, and there is no truth to the rumour that Sherilyn Harper, the New Britannia party leader, was too drunk to stand at the party conference last week. A spokesman for Mrs. Harper said she was fatigued and suffering from a sore hip, and that reports to the contrary were, and I quote, scurrilous and politically motivated. And we all know politically motivated are the last words we can use to describe Mrs. Harper, folks. And more things that are simply not true about New Britannia after this quick station identification. Excuse me, what are you doing here?
Me? Oh, don't mind me. Go right ahead.
Oh, sure. Okay. Okay, there is no truth to the rumour that Mrs. Harper's party is reconsidering its opposition to gun laws in the wake of the recent attempt on her life. In fact, my private sources suggest that they consider the shooter's inability to hit her to be a sign of the shocking state of gun training in this country, which New Britannia is attempting... Look, will you stop staring at me like that?
Oh, don't let me bother you.
Look, I'm on the air. You shouldn't even be in here.
Oh, that doesn't matter. It's radio. No one ever needs to know I'm here unless you talk to me. They can't see you.
You can't see them.
Right, if you don't get out, I'm going to call security.
No, I'm just waiting. No need to call security. You've got a show to do.
There's no truth to the rumour that Mrs. Harper is insisting that the government treat the assassination attempt as an act of international terrorism. She just said that because of her stance on immigration. Look, if you've got something to say, why didn't you just come out and say it, huh?
Why, thank you. Walter Jacobs, I know you're listening to this, and you're absolutely right. There is a monster out there.
We'll be right back.
Hey, Paul, over here.
There you are. Ace, you've aged well.
Easy when you know how.
I mean, it's been, what, just over 15 years since you left the old neighbourhood? And now you just...
Yeah, it's a bit of a long story. Right, you got the box?
Yeah. Look, I built this thing just for the sake of building it. I don't want it used to hurt anyone, you know? I won't let you lay a finger on it till I'm sure about that.
Well principled. We don't get much of that.
Yeah, you don't get many people who can build a gadget like this either.
Yeah. All right, then. You've got my word.
Okay. We'll need a payphone, somewhere out of the way.
Oh, back there near the gents. This way.
I don't mean to be paranoid, but how do you know you can make sure your word's good?
'Cause I got the doctor's word.
And how do you know he can?
'Cause I believe in him. Over here.
Right then. First, you pick up the phone like you're making a normal call. But then you put the handset on this gadget of mine and push that, and then you're right into the system.
Some serious brains at work there.
Thanks. I call it my hack in the box. So now you press this and dial the number you want to scan, and it'll trace the next call that goes through to that number.
Right. Mick Thompson's studio line is 0207 69...
And if you don't give me one good reason not to throw you out here right now...
21 seconds.
What?
Till you come back from the commercial break. And every single one of your listeners will want to know what that was all about. 16 seconds.
This is nuts.
Now, do you want to try and explain to your audience? Or should I? 11 seconds. 10. 9.
Look, I don't know what you slid my producer to let you in here in the first place.
6,
but if you don't give me the answers, I'm still going to take your head.
4,
and I'm going to
3,
grab it and I'm going to...
2...
Hi, we're back on the Mick Thompson Show. Let's open up the phone lines and see what you all have to say about the way of the world today. Walter, you're our next with Mick. Talk to me, Walter.
I don't want to talk to you. I'm calling for the other guy.
Hey, wait a minute.
Walter, I want you to listen to me. I know what you did at the New Britannia rally last Sunday, and I know what you heard.
They're looking for me. As an accomplice.
I know. I also know you didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything yet, eh?
No. You didn't. You just ran because you were afraid. That's all.
I ran because I know. Stevie showed me what was happening. That's why he got him, because he knew. And you know too. You've got to tell them.
Wait a minute. Stevie, is this the guy...
Shh. Walter, I know what you saw. But in order to prove it, I'm going to have to meet with you.
Well, if you know so much, you should know where I am, right? And what I'm going to do.
No, Walter, wait! Oh, dear.
Well, you're listening to the Mick Thompson Show, and we just had a call from Walter Jacobs.
And we have to ask ourselves, who is this man who may be the mysterious second figure who helped Stephen Keys?
Got it?
Yeah, it's just looking it up. It's a hotel phone. The Garden Towers at Earl's Court. Extension 219.
Right. Thanks. Look, Paul, we'll give you a call when we need you again, all right? Should be a day or so.
Okay. Take care of yourself.
I always do.
And if you meet Mick Thompson, punch him in the nose for me.
Fan of Sherilyn's?
Well, between that Keezer guy and Mick in his little booth, I'm not sure who's the bigger sniper.
And I'm here right now with Dr... You never told me what your name was.
No, I didn't, did I?
And I don't suppose you'll tell us how you knew about this guy, Walter Jacobs,
Oh, I've been assisting in the investigation. Young Stephen Keezer was willing to tell me things he wouldn't tell anyone else.
Well, I wonder why that was.
Because I believed him. And among the details Stephen gave me was the fact that Walter is a regular listener to your show.
So the police sent you? Well, then why didn't you just say...
Because I didn't tell the police. Do you understand that, Walter? If you're still listening.
I had to try and find you this way before the authorities got you. They wouldn't believe you, but I do.
Just shut up!
It's me. Yeah, I need the stuff now. Yeah, of course I'm going ahead. I've got to. Okay then. I'll pick it up tonight. Bye.
So you used my radio show to try to make contact with an attempted assassin?
Yes.
What kind of moron are you?
The kind who knows what to look for. Walter was wrong, of course, but I think he might have a reason to see that woman as a threat.
Well, the Labour Party sure does. And all the other one-worlders and Euro-Nazis are going nuts. If her mob ends up with a balance of power after the election, then
I'm not talking about politics. This is something more fundamental. Something evil.
Evil? Look, Doc, Sherilyn Harper and New Britannia may give us decent folks a bad name, but evil, they're just wackos.
You don't like using the word evil, do you? It's too powerful.
Ladies and gentlemen, live in our studio, Captain Righteous.
What did you call me?
Captain Righteous.
That's a very silly name, isn't it? Just like wacko or Euro-Nazi. But it helps, doesn't it? You're faced with something you fear, so you have to give it a name, don't you? Nothing that makes it sound serious like evil.